I'm Chelsea. Today I'm over at my friend Jolene's house. She and her fiance are in the middle of a bunch of different projects like painting the outside. And while he's out here working on that, she's inside getting ready to work on the bathroom, and I'm here to help. All right, so what are you working on in here?
Well, I want to change out the shower head because it's got a leak. And then I figured while I was at it, I would replace the tub spout and the handles. The handles are so tight, you basically have to get vice grips to get the water on. And then the tub needs to be refinished. No matter how much we clean it, it still looks dirty.
Okay, yeah, we can handle that. The only thing we might have a problem with is the tub handles. This might sound obvious, but always turn off your house's water supply before doing any plumbing work. The water shutoff is typically at the street, and it's simple to turn off. Using a pair of pliers or a water shutoff wrench, just give the dial a 1/4 turn. Tub faucets are a peculiar thing. Each manufacturer produces a unique valve fitting, so you can't fit one manufacturer's faucet handle onto another manufacturer's valve stem. This is an old, unmarked set of hardware, so I'm removing one of the handles to check out the valve fitting behind it. And seeing them up close, these clearly need an update. This stem is connected to a large body inside the wall. It's pretty old and doesn't look like it would hold up much longer, so we're replacing it with the new one that came in our faucet kit from Moen. Luckily for us, we have access behind this tub in an adjacent closet. At this point, this part of the job is best left to a licensed plumber, so keep that in mind when deciding whether to upgrade to a different manufacturer's faucet set. So can you tell which one's the old one and which one's the new one? Now that you have a Moen valve in the wall, if you want to replace the handles 5-10 years down the road, you just have to buy a Moen trim kit and then you're good to go.
Simple enough.
Now we're ready to install the new tub hardware. First, we're filling the voids behind the faucet handles with plumber's putty. This will keep the cavity behind the handles watertight. Next, we slide the excussion plates on. These glide right over the sleeves and fit snugly into the plumber's putty. Then we set the handles and screw them in place. Before threading the tub spout onto the copper pipe, add Teflon tape to create a watertight seal. This is a super lightweight, non-sticky tape that is used for lots of different plumbing connections to prevent leaks. Once the spout is installed, we turn the water to the house back on to test out the new trim kit.
It works great. It's a lot easier to turn it on, and I like the style a lot better. I think it fits the charm of an older home.
Yeah, it's definitely a big improvement. Yeah. Now, what about the shower head? You said there was a leak?
Yeah, right about here where this duct tape is.
Oh, I see the duct tape, okay.
Yeah, it worked for a while, but it started coming down again.
Okay, well we can certainly fix that, and all we'll need is a pair of these. It's not just that there's a leak. Without the duct tape, the shower head body itself is cracked and sprays water in different directions, so this one has to go. After turning the water back off, we only have to loosen a few connections before it's ready to remove. All right, I know you're sad to see it go.
I'll give it a proper burial.
Okay. We're replacing that old shower head with the Attract with Magnetics from Moen. Instead of having a cradle to dock the shower head, this one has a really strong magnet that will snap it into place. Okay, let's test out that magnet. Oh, wow.
Strong.
I think that's gonna work.
So we'll just put the washer in here?
This shower head can be installed in less than 5 minutes. All you have to do is insert the supplied washers and hand tighten the 3 connections. No tools required. After playing around with the magnet for a few minutes, I'll see if you can put it back with your eyes closed.
That's awesome.
We're ready to turn the water back on at the street and test out the spray patterns. All 6 of them. This one also comes with a 60-inch hose, which is great for kids and pets. Oh yeah, this would be perfect for bathing Cece.
Yeah, this is where we bathe her every time, and with the rain we've been having lately, pretty much have to bathe her every day. She gets so muddy.
Well, I can kind of see the wear too that you were talking about.
Yeah, I mean, it's not too bad, but it could definitely use a facelift and freshen it up a little bit.
Yeah, that'll be nice to coat it. Well, let's get started.
Yeah.
For this project, we're going to try out the Toughest Tile Kit from Homax. It comes with a cleaner to prep the surface, disposable gloves, steel wool, and a 1-part epoxy spray. A few other things we'll need for this tub refinishing project: a sponge, a bucket, painter's tape, plastic for cover-up, a quality respirator, safety glasses, lacquer thinner for cleanup, and silicone caulk with a caulk gun. This epoxy paint has a very strong odor, and the overspray travels farther than normal spray paint, so be sure to completely clear the room of anything you don't want to get painted, and only do this project in a well-ventilated area. Epoxy won't adhere to silicone caulk, so the first step is to remove all caulk from the tub surround. Once the epoxy is dry, we'll reapply a new bead all the way around.
Hey look, this looks like a jellyfish tentacle.
Like any paint job, thorough preparation is key. It's also probably the most overlooked part, but it's important not to rush through it. There are several steps before applying the epoxy, so whichever refinishing kit you use, make sure you follow the directions to the letter. In this case, we're cleaning it with the supplied cleaner first, then rinsing and drying it. Then you'll need to etch the surface of the tub with the steel wool supplied. This will give the epoxy something to adhere to. Use small circular strokes to really scour the tub.
No Karate Kid jokes.
Then we'll rinse and dry it again. We'll repeat all of these steps a total of 3 times. Once everything has been thoroughly cleaned, we step outside to test out the spray cans.
I've been shaking this for about 5 minutes now, which is the most important part of spray epoxy like this. Make sure everything from top to bottom is evenly mixed, so we should be ready to test it out.
Okay. When testing the paint, keep an eye out for any paint splatter. If it's spraying anything other than a fine mist, set the can in warm water for a few minutes. Then shake it up and test it again.
All right, paper thin coat, that's perfect. It's just what we want.
Our next step is covering everything that we're not painting with a sheet of plastic. It's a pretty big job, so CC, our supervisor, decided to stop by to check on us.
What you got on your nose? Construction doggy.
Now we're ready to spray. A good respirator and proper eye protection are mandatory for this part. Don't underestimate the fumes. They can become overwhelming pretty quick. After a quick test spray, we're ready. Keep the spray tip an even distance from the tub. 8 to 10 inches is best. Don't try to get full coverage on the first coat. Spray a light, even, paper thin coat, just a base for the second coat to hold on to. Timing is critical for the next coat of this particular finishing kit. You want to spray the second coat between 15 and 30 minutes after the first coat. If you wait too long, the epoxy will tack up, and then you'll have to wait 72 hours before applying the second coat.
Just have to wait 72 hours for it to cure before we take the plastic off, and then we can re-caulk it. So
Okay.
Don't let CC play in the mud before then.
I'll do my best.
Probably be hard.
And after a few days of cure time, I came back to check things out. We removed the plastic and re-caulked around the tub surround.
Well, I'm impressed. It turned out great.
Yeah, it looks awesome. Thank you so much for all your help.
Yeah, you did a great job.
It's a lot of hard work, but it really paid off. For sure.
I've got so many projects to share with you, so be sure to subscribe so you don't miss my next episode.